Namaste, and once again welcome back to another session of online mathematics class. We have already completed the first 22 questions from exercise 6.5 of NCERT Class 12 mathematics text, and today we shall discuss the last part of exercise 6.5. Let me start. Now we move on to the 23rd question. Prove that the volume of the largest cone that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius r is 8 by 27 of the volume of sphere. Okay, first of all we can draw one sphere. A cone is inscribed in a sphere. So let r be the radius of the cone and h be the height of the cone, inscribed cone. And take the radius of the sphere as capital R. It is given. Okay, this much distance is r. Here also r. This total length is the height of the cone. So this much distance will be h minus capital R. Here also we can mark small letter r. Okay. So first of all we can write, let r be the radius, h be the height of the inscribed cone. Okay. Now from the figure, in this triangle we can apply Pythagoras theorem. Base square plus altitude square, that is r square plus h minus r the whole square equal to capital R square. Now we can expand this one. R square plus h square minus 2rh, then plus r square equal to r square. This r square we can cancel, and small r square is equal to 2rh minus h square. We can take it as equation number 1. Okay, now we can write the volume of the cone. Volume of the cone is equal to V equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. We can replace the value of r square. V is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 2 rh minus h square into h. Multiply this h. 1 by 3 pi into 2rh square minus h cube. Okay. Now we can differentiate this one with respect to x. So differentiating with respect to h. So v dash is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 2rh square. H square derivative 2h. So 4rh. 4rh. Then minus h cube. Derivative of h cube is 3h square. Again we can differentiate. V double dash is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 4r minus 6h. Okay. Now we can apply the second derivative test. We can equate first derivative to 0 in order to find the critical point. So v dash equal to 0 implies 1 by 3 pi into 4rh minus 3h square equal to 0. Here we can take on h common. 1 by 3 pi into h into 4r minus 3h is equal to 0. From this we can write h is equal to 0 or 3h is equal to 4r. 4r equal to 3h, or we can write 3h is equal to 4r. But h is not equal to 0. H is the height, it's a positive quantity. So h not equal to 0 implies h is equal to 4r divided by 3. Okay, h is equal to 4r by 3. Now we have to check the sign of v double dash when h is equal to 4r by 3. Okay. When h is equal to 4r by 3, v double dash is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 4r minus 6 into h. H is 4r by 3. So 6 into 4r divided by 3. Can cancel these two values. 2 3s are 6. So v double dash equal to 1 by 3 pi into 4r minus 8r. That is 1 by 3 pi into minus 4r, which is less than 0. Less than 0 means maximum. By second derivative test, the function attains its maximum at the critical point. So what we can conclude? Volume is maximum when h is equal to 4r by 3. Now we can find the maximum volume. That is v is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 2r h square minus h cube. That we have already written the previous steps. V is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 2r h square minus h cube. So in this expression we can replace h by what? 4r by 3. Clear? So V is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 2r into 4r by 3 the whole square, then minus 4r by 3 the whole cube. That is 1 by 3 pi into 2r into 4r the whole square, that is 16r square by 9, then minus 4 cube is 64 r cube divided by 27, and which is equal to 1 by 3 pi into 2 into 16, 32 r cube divided by 9 minus 64 r cube divided by 27. That is 1 by 3 pi into, here we can take on 32 r cube by 9 common. The remaining is 1 minus 2 by 3. Okay. 32 r cube by 9 we take it out. So the remaining is here first term 1, second one 2 by 3. So this can be written as 32 pi r cube by 27. 3 minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3. And we have to prove the volume of the largest cone is 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. So here we can extract on 8 by 27. So 8 by 27 into 8 into 4 is 32. Okay, that 8 we take it out. 27 also we take it out. And the remaining is 4. 4 pi r cube divided by 3. That can be written as 4 by 3 pi r cube. And here capital R is the radius of the sphere. So what we can write? 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube is the volume of the sphere. Okay. So we can write 8 by 27 into volume of the sphere. Okay. That means the volume of the largest cone that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius capital R is 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. Understood? And the next question is, show that the right circular cone of least curved surface. The curved surface area is least, that means minimum. Okay. And given volume means volume is fixed, volume is constant, has an altitude equal to root 2 times the radius of the base, that we have to prove. Okay. So that the right circular cone of least curved surface area, minimum curved surface area, and given volume, constant volume, has an altitude, height, which is equal to root 2 times the radius of the base. That means h is equal to root 2 r, that we have to prove. Okay. So let us consider a right circular cone. Here we can take the radius as small letter r, height h, altitude h, and the slant height L. And we have the formula L is equal to root of r square plus h square. Okay. Let us take the curved surface area as S, capital S, and the volume as capital V. First of all, we can write the volume. Volume is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. Volume of the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Here volume is constant, given volume is fixed. From this we can find the value of h. Here h is equal to 3v divided by pi r square. Okay, 3 we can cross multiply, 3v divided by pi r square. Take it as equation number 1. Now we can write the curved surface area. It will be S is equal to pi r L. Formula is pi r L, which is equal to pi r into L. We have another formula, root of r square plus h square. Now we can square on both sides. S square equal to pi square r square into r square plus h square. We can multiply pi square r raised to 4, then plus pi square r square h square. Now we can put the value of h. H is what? 3v by pi r square. Here h square. So s square equal to pi square r raised to 4, then plus pi square r square into 3v by pi r square the whole square. That is pi square r raised to 4, then plus pi square r square 9v square divided by pi square r raised to 4. Pi square we can cancel, and r square, here also r square cancel, remaining is r square. So pi square r raised to 4, then plus 9v square divided by r square. This is what? S square. Now we can differentiate this function with respect to r. Okay. Differentiate with respect to r. So here d by dr of s square equal to pi square into 4r cube, r raised to 4 derivative 4r cube, then plus 9v square into 1 by r square. 1 by r square we can write it as r raised to minus 2, and the derivative is what? Minus 2 r raised to minus 3. Okay, or we can write minus 2 divided by r cube. That value we can substitute into minus 2 divided by r cube. That is 4 pi square r cube minus 18 v square divided by r cube. Then the second order derivative, d square by dr square of s square, which is equal to 4 pi square into r cube derivative 3r square. Here R cube we can take to numerator. It becomes r raised to minus 3. 1 by r cube is r raised to minus 3 and the derivative is minus 3 r raised to minus 4. N x raised to n minus 1. Okay. And that can be written as minus 3 divided by r raised to 4. That is 12 pi square r square minus into minus plus 18 into 3 54 v square divided by r raised to 4. This is the second order derivative. Okay. Here r and v are positive terms. R is the radius and v is the volume, and even powers for r and v. R square, r raised to 4, v square, and clearly we can say this is a positive quantity which is greater than 0. That means the function attains its minimum at the critical point. That critical point we have to find out. Okay. For that we can equate the first order derivative to 0. This, and from that we can find what? The value of r. Okay. Now d by dr of s square equal to 0 implies first derivative the value is 4 pi square r cube minus 18 b square by r cube, which is equal to 0. That is 4 pi square r cube equal to 18 b square by r cube. You can cross multiply this one. R raised to 6 is equal to 18 v square divided by 4 pi square. This 4 and 18 we can cancel, here 2, here 9. So r raised to 6 is equal to 9 v square divided by 2 pi square. And r is equal to 9 v square divided by 2 pi square the whole raised to 1 by 6. Okay, and we can conclude at r equal to 9 v square divided by 2 pi square the whole raised to 1 by 6. The surface area S is minimum. S square is minimum means S is also minimum. S is minimum. But H is equal to 3V divided by pi r square. That we have already got in the first step. H is equal to 3V divided by pi r square. Here I am going to divide r on both sides. That is H by r equal to here 3V divided by pi r cube. Okay. Which is equal to, now we can replace the value of r, 3v divided by pi into 9v square divided by 2 pi square the whole raised to 1 by 6 the whole cube. Okay, 1 by 6 the whole cube, that can be written as 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 6 into 3. A power m the whole power n, a power mn. Okay, that is 3v divided by pi into 9 v square divided by 2 pi square the whole raised to 1 by 2. So which is equal to 3v divided by pi into 9 v square the whole raised to 1 by 2. That means square root of this term 3v divided by 2 pi square, root of 2 pi square, that is root 2 pi. Here 3v and 3v we can cancel, pi and pi cancel. Root 2 goes on the numerator, which is equal to root 2. That is h by r equal to root 2. Therefore, we can write h is equal to root 2 r. That we have to prove. Height is equal to root 2 times the base radius. Listen, show that the right circular cone of least curved surface area and given volume has altitude equal to, altitude is h, okay, which is equal to root 2 times the radius of the base. That is h is equal to root 2 r. Clear? Now we move on to question number 25. Show that the semi-vertical angle of the cone of the maximum volume and of given slant height. Volume is maximum and slant height is a constant, which is tan inverse root 2. The semi-vertical angle is equal to tan inverse root 2. So consider a cone. So this angle is known as vertical angle, and the half of this one is known as semi-vertical angle. So this is called the semi-vertical angle. Let it be alpha. Okay. Then L be the slant height, R be the radius, and H be the height. And we know L square is equal to H square plus R square. From this we can write R square is equal to L square minus H square. Okay. Volume formula 1 by 3 pi R square H. That is 1 by 3 pi into, instead of R square we can replace the value L square minus H square, then into H. Clear? This H we can multiply 1 by 3 pi into L square H minus H cube. Now we can take the derivative with respect to H. Okay, differentiating with respect to H. That is 1 by 3 pi into L square minus 3H square. We double dash equal to 1 by 3 pi into L square derivative is 0, L square is a constant, and minus 3H square, that is minus 6H. 3 and 6 we can cancel 2, which is equal to minus 2 pi H. Okay. And now we can equate first derivative to 0. V dash equal to 0 implies 1 by 3 pi into L square minus 3H square equal to 0. That is L square minus 3H square equal to 0. L square equal to 3H square, or H square is equal to L square by 3. H is equal to L by root 3. Okay, H is equal to L by root 3. Now we have to check the sign of V double dash when H is equal to L by root 3. So when H is equal to L by root 3, clearly it is negative since H is a positive quantity. Here one minus sign is there, minus 2 pi H. So V double dash equal to minus 2 pi into L by root 3, which is less than 0. Therefore we can conclude volume V is maximum when H is equal to L by root 3. Clear? Here we can take this one as equation 1, R square equal to L square minus H square, and H equal to L by root 3. Take it as equation 2. Okay. So R square equal to L square minus H square, which implies R square equal to, instead of L we can put root 3H. This implies L equal to root 3H. Okay, on cross multiplication we get L equal to root 3H. That we can replace here, root 3H the whole square minus H square. That is 3H square minus H square, which is equal to 2H square. Therefore R equal to root 2H. Now we can find the semi-vertical angle. The value is given in tan theta, tan inverse root 2. So first of all we can write the tan of angle alpha. Okay. So from the figure, tan alpha equal to, tan is opposite side by adjacent side. Here opposite side is R and adjacent side is H. R by H. And we can put the value of R in terms of H, root 2H divided by H. H and H we can cancel, which is equal to root 2. That is tan alpha equal to root 2. Therefore the semi-vertical angle alpha equal to tan inverse of root 2. Hence the proof. So the semi-vertical angle of a cone of maximum volume and of given slant height is what? Tan inverse root 2. Clear? Now we move on to the last question in this exercise. Show that the semi-vertical angle of a right circular cone of given surface area and maximum volume is sin inverse 1 by 3. Here also we can take on cone. So r be the radius, h be the height, l be the slant height, and theta be the semi-vertical angle. Okay, and the relation connecting L, R and H is L square equal to H square plus R square, or L equal to root of H square plus R square. Okay. Now we can write the surface area. Surface area is a constant given surface area, and the total surface area is the sum of curved surface area and the base area. Here the base area is pi r square since it is a circle. So pi r square plus, and the curved surface area of a cone is pi r l. So totally the total surface area is equal to pi r square plus pi r l. And L, the value we can replace by root of h square plus r square. So pi r square plus pi r into root of h square plus r square. That is s minus pi r square equal to pi r into root of h square plus r square. Pi r we can divide s minus pi r square divided by pi r equal to root of h square plus r square, or s by pi r minus pi r square by pi r, we get r, which is equal to root of h square plus r square. Now we can square on both sides. Squaring on both sides. Here we are going to find the value of h in terms of r and s. Okay. So s by pi r minus r the whole square equal to h square plus r square. Here we can expand using the identity a minus b the whole square. So s square divided by pi square r square. Here 2ab, that is 2s by pi. This r cancel plus r square, which is equal to h square plus r square. R square we can cancel. From this we can write h square is equal to s square by pi square r square minus 2s by pi. Now we can find the volume. V is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. First of all we can square on both sides. V square is equal to 1 by 9 pi square r raised to 4 h square. Now we can replace the value of h square. 1 by 9 pi square r raised to 4 into s square by pi square r square minus 2s divided by pi. And we can multiply 1 by 9. This pi square and pi square cancel. R raised to 4 and r square cancel. We get r square. So first of all we can write s square, then r square. Okay, s is a constant, so we write first 1 by 9 s square r square, then minus, here 1 by 9 pi square pi, 1 pi cancel, here on 2, so 2 by 9 pi, then r raised to 4, here s, so s into r raised to 4. Clear? Now we can take the derivative with respect to r. First order derivative, then second order derivative, then what? Equate first order derivative to 0 and so on. Okay, that means we have to apply the second derivative test. Clear? So v square equal to 1 by 9 s square r square minus 2 by 9 pi s r raised to 4. We can take the derivative with respect to r, differentiating with respect to r. That is d by dr of v square equal to 1 by 9 s square into 2r. Then minus 2 by 9 pi s into 4r cube. Okay. Or we can write 2 by 9 s square r minus 8 by 9 pi s r cube. Also we can find the second order derivative d square by dr square of p square, which is equal to 2 by 9 s square, then minus 8 into 3, 24 by 9 pi s r square. Okay. So d by dr of v square equal to 0 implies 2 by 9 s square r minus 8 by 9 pi s r cube equal to 0. Here we can take one 2 by 9 s r common. Here the remaining is s, then minus 4 pi r square, which is equal to 0. That is 2 by 9 SR equal to 0, which implies R equal to 0 or S equal to 4 pi R square. But R not equal to 0, R is the radius. Therefore, R square equal to S by 4 pi, which implies R equal to root of S by 4 pi. Now we have to check the sign of the second order derivative when R equal to root of S by 4 pi. So when R equal to root of S by 4 pi, d square by dr square of v square equal to 2 by 9 s square, then minus 24 by 9 pi s into r square. R square value is s by 4 pi. Here we can cancel on pi and pi. 4 and 24, 6. So 2 by 9 s square minus 6 by 9 s square, which is equal to minus 4 by 9 s square. Clearly it is less than 0. Less than 0 means maximum. Okay. So therefore volume v square is maximum implies v is maximum. So volume is maximum when r equal to root of s by 4 pi. Clear? We already derived a relation connecting h, s and r. H square equal to s square by pi square r square minus 2s by pi. Here we can replace the value of r square. S square divided by pi square into r is root of s by 4 pi. So r square is s by 4 pi. Then minus 2s by pi. Here we can cancel one pi and pi, s and s. 4 goes on the numerator. 4s by pi minus 2s by pi, which is equal to 2s by pi. H square equal to 2s by pi. Now we can replace this value in this equation. L square equal to h square plus r square. That is L square equal to h square. H square is 2s by pi and r square is s by 4 pi. First of all, we can make the denominator same. For that, we can multiply first fraction by 4 on both numerator and denominator. 4 2s are 8. 8s by 4 pi, then plus s by 4 pi, which gives 9s by 4 pi. L square equal to 9s by 4 pi. Therefore, L equal to root of 9s divided by 4 pi. Now from this figure, we can take the semi-vertical angle, the sine value, sine theta. Sine theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. Here it is r by L. Okay. Sine theta. Consider this right triangle. Opposite side is r and the hypotenuse is L. So the semi-vertical angle, sine value, sine theta equal to r by L. Here we can replace the values of r and L. R is root of s by 4 pi and L is root of 9s divided by 4 pi. We can write it in one root. Root a divided by root b can be written as root of a by b. Okay, so using this rule we can write s by 4 pi divided by 9s by 4 pi. This 4 pi we can cancel, s we can cancel. That is root of 1 by 9 which gives 1 by 3. Sin theta equal to 1 by 3. Therefore theta equal to sin inverse of 1 by 3. That means the semi-vertical angle of a right circular cone of given surface area and maximum volume is what? Sin inverse of 1 by 3. Understood? So this finishes exercise 6.5. Today we have discussed 4 important questions. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.